Well, I think a lot of people are being quite complacent and a little bit naive about the threat of another independence referendum. The last thing Scotland needs is the division and damage of more constitutional wrangling. But of course, that's all John Swinney truly cares about. And there is a very real risk. If you don't vote Scottish Conservatives using your peach-coloured ballot paper to stop an SNP majority, there's a very real risk that John Swinney will turn up at Downing Street if he does get a majority, that nightmare scenario, and you've got a weak Prime Minister who will roll over, as he's done so many times in the past.
And just moving on again, you admitted that you won't become First Minister in this election, and you've also said...
Have I?
Yes, you have. You said you're not run to be First Minister, right?
What I've said is, look, I'm an optimist. I know that our party has the people and the plans, the best interests of Scotland, it's credible, costed plans. But in all likelihood, I and many of the other party leaders in Scotland aren't likely to be First Minister. But that doesn't mean that we can't make a difference. That doesn't mean that we can't put forward a proper vision. We've had 25 plus years of a failed left-wing consensus at Holyrood, where taxes have only ever gone up, benefits are now out of control, and we're being honest with the people of Scotland. We want to reduce the cost of living in this election and hold the SNP's feet to the fire, and crucially, stop that majority that John Swinney is already saying is nailed on.
Okay, you've said that about your chance of being First Minister. You've also said you'd never vote for an SNP First Minister. You're saying that just there. I mean, realistically, that's you saying to Anna Sarwar, I'll help you get into Butte House, isn't it?
Anna Sarwar might want to help me. The point is, I will never put an SNP government into a position. I'll never vote for an SNP First Minister.
But you'd vote for a Labour government, or you at least abstain to let them get it?
Scotland has suffered almost 20 years under the SNP. They've made a complete mess of this country. It's that their dismal record needs called out, and we need to get them out of power. And that's what I'm working tirelessly to do. What I'm not going to do is start speculating on theoretical outcomes, because if people start hearing that, they might think, well, why bother voting for them if they're only going to support another party? The point is that people need to see that we've got a common sense Conservative platform policy which shows that we're interested in reducing people's bills, reducing the cost of living, and reducing taxation. We've got a costed plan to do so, and that starts by dealing with the SNP's sky high and soaring benefits bill.